What if you knew your cattle just missed it when it came to qualifying for the certified Angus beef brand? For millions of cattle across the United States, that's reality. The brand's Consist study looked at data on almost 40% of the Angus-influenced or A-stamped carcasses during 3 separate 2-week periods.
We do hear that grade has continued to improve. Choice and prime percentages continue to get higher and higher. The reality of it is the bulk of the cattle still set below modest 0 marbling score, and so there are a tremendous amount of those cattle that are oh so close to making the brand's marbling specification and just are outside the money.
Cattle that moved up from a marbling score of 492 to 500 are eligible for CAB premiums.
Half of the cattle are below that 500 threshold, and so there's a lot of cattle that we say are right on the line and are just outside of that score that's required to get the $40 per head premium for certified Angus beef.
The analysis contains 850,000 records that include 4 of the brand's 10 carcass measurements: ribeye area, hot carcass weight, fat thickness, and marbling.
Biggest finding we get out of the Consist data is we look at the reasons that cattle don't make the brand. And in this case, and like all those before it, marbling inadequacies is the number one reason. Of the cattle that did not qualify for the brand, 92% of those cattle were inadequate in marbling.
Some people might wonder if more days on feed has increased brand acceptance in recent years.
That trend is true, but it's a very weak trend, in that just continuing to make those cattle better does not always mean that they're going to achieve adequate marbling. There's numerous factors, as we know, that influence marbling. That may be from how the cow was handled when that calf was in gestation, all the way through the implant and feeding program. The hot carcass weight, we'll see cattle that make the brand from as low as 650 pounds of hot carcass weight all the way up to 1,049. But it's not a direct relationship as to if they're bigger, they will meet the marbling requirements.
Sexton says an emphasis on carcass quality must begin long before cattle are placed on feed. I'm Bob Cervera.